Flushed out right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now a first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They go play action with Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. But man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 37. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run. It's Presley. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The Bears at 6 and 10 on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. And it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football. But if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Cairo Santos on now for the Bears field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete to Judy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally. Throwing again here, Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. On second and goal, Wilson. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where you always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Another good throw there in what has been a strong rookie season to this point, Charles, as he now has surpassed the 3,000-yard mark with that last completion.
And just think, he's been forced to learn on the job here in his first year. Normally, veterans talk about, hey, I've got the answers to the test before the game even begins. But this guy's taking the test with every throw, with every game. And so far, he's passing with flying colors.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A gain there of 21 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come back and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On the run, this is Presley. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Drews. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. And now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Nick Bonito gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Hamler now on the return. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. They find some open field here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. They go play action now. Wilson. That's taken in by Dulcich. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Judy. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
Play action. It's Wilson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Wilson now off the bootleg. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
The kick by McManus is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just...
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 26-yard line.
Here we go, set!
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Now a carry here for Presley. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
This one caught by Davis. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. That's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too. They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them up the scoreboard here.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? On is Santos for the Bears field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. Santos' kick is up and through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turned it into a successful play.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. Again, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. 2nd and 6. All right, rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good first down call as the screenplay gets him 9.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored him, and that time worked well first.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Roquan Smith, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
That's complete to Mooney. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. There's Mooney with another catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Here's Presley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Number 10. A gain of a yard.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go, sack.
2nd and 9 now. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Randy Gregory. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man complete. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance travel or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it. But he sure made it look easy there.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll run again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. To the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5. And he's across for 2 points. Boy, a gutsy call right there, but the fake works. And they get the 2 instead of 1.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're...
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. Down to about the 45.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's going to frustrate the coaching staff a little bit as they dialed up the deep shot, but they weren't on the same page on that play. Heck, I don't think they were in the same book. I think he thought he was going to do something else, ends up throwing it over the sidelines. Well incomplete.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 24-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one is designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And it's caught. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Wilson wants to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll go as just a 15-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 21-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. On the slant, completes to Sutton. Touchdown! Cortland Sutton with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos stretch this fourth quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.